Welcome to the video. Here's another project I'm working on. As you know, I have the controller. This is Pico injected. So what this does is it allows the Pico to push and simulate button presses and joystick movement. And the project we're working on today is connecting essentially the PlayStation output and the Pico controller to the phone. And this will be able to be used and logged in anywhere, not just on your Wi-Fi network. It could also work on cellular network, a different Wi-Fi network, etc. So as you can see here, we have movement from the controller. Okay. And then here is my layout for my phone. Now this is an older phone. Obviously graphics and things look better on newer stuff. But what we have here is, as you can see, I can move the joysticks, tap buttons. We have all of our buttons. Got options, touchpad, PlayStation. Another cool feature, since I'm on that, is from the phone, you can actually switch accounts and go to another account and play a game or what have you. And we'll simulate that here in a minute. So for this, I've also added a full screen adaptation instead of having not a full screen. This is what it looked like not full screen. We also have a layout editor for the buttons, so you can move each individual button and resize them however you like. We have a center sticks. That just means it's going to center our joysticks if anything's happening we don't like. We have release Pico and reconnect Pico. What that does is it just switches between using this controller and using this. If you turn this program off on your phone, it automatically gives you manual control through the controller again. And then obviously we have a panic and manual that just does the same thing. Just if anything's happening during a code or a bot or something you don't like, you can just stop everything with that. Down here we have our automation scripts. So essentially anything that you make as far as a macro, any kind of bot or what have you, it can just be pre-stored here, and now you have a start stop option and it'll just do it from the phone now. We also have 4 different qualities for the visual. So you get low latency, auto, quality, and land boost is over here on the end. Land boost is just you're on your Wi-Fi. Everything else will be for cellular. And then just to show how it works, you can see on screen there, this is me moving the character. So what we'll do is come back to here. We'll go reconnect. Close that. Now I have movement here. I can do whatever I want. And then again, as I said, if you wanted to say switch accounts, there's our menu button. And we can just go to switch user. We have all button features, touchpad, D-pads, movement, camera angle. I am still working on there is like a 2 to 3 second delay, sort of. It depends on the quality, if you go straight Wi-Fi or if you go cellular. Wi-Fi is obviously going to be better. Cellular, it does have a little bit of lag to it. I know everyone's going to say, why did you make this? Well, I like to farm and I like to do things while I'm at work other than watch it, from my screen share or what have you. Sometimes, you know, things aren't the best. A benefit of this for me is I can run my macros, I can run my AI bots. That's another thing I'll show you guys. So down here I have a gateway, and this is just what outputs the video from my capture card. And it also sends the button presses to the controller. What this does and allows me to do from this point is I can actually integrate not just bots, but AI, and train the AI to eventually play the whole game by itself. That's the goal. And not just particularly this game, it could be any game. And this isn't just for the games, it could be for the PlayStation itself. You could run YouTube, you could go to Spotify, all those features that you could utilize with this. Another cool feature with the gateway is that you can use a program like Tailscale, and that's kind of how I run the access to my phone, is through Tailscale. Everything else is pretty much self-hosted. With Tailscale, you can actually give access to other devices. So I've also tested having my friend, who lives like at least a good 1,000 miles away, also log in and was able to play my game on his phone. So that's a cool feature. Another cool thing I have here is I have this voice recognition module, so I can actually talk to this and it can input buttons as well. Just a quick simulation. Hello, robot.
Yes, I'm here.
And you see it activates and then it just waits for a command. And eventually it'll just turn off.
I'm off now.
So yeah, that's one of our projects. Hope you enjoy.